Manx Museum is 100 years old this year. It is home to an extraordinary collection of artefacts and archives that help tell the story of the Isle of Man and its people. To celebrate our centenary, we have curated a special exhibition and podcast, Museum 100, which will feature a kaleidoscope of treasures from our collections.
Hello, I'm Jude Dicken and I'm the Collections Information Manager for Manx National Heritage. Today I'm going to talk about a sound recording made by the Manx Folklife Survey sometime between 1950 and 1970. The recording is of a fisherman, Mr. H. Corkill of Douglas, who recalls his time as a boy at the herring fishing when it was all sail. What we'll hear are tiny extracts from the full interview, which is preserved on the original magnetic tape in the Manx National Heritage Sound Archive. This tape was digitised in 2021 for unlocking our sound heritage, digitally securing it for the future and making it available now to listen to on imuseum.im. If you want to know the reference number, that's SA0108. But now let's listen to Mr. Corkill describe leaving Port St Mary to fish off the chickens, and then a moment on board a fishing vessel around 1910, and the ritual undertaken each time by the crew as they are about to shoot the nets. Close your eyes and you can almost see it.
Then the skipper would say, "What do you say, boys, we take sail?" "Oh, let her run a bit," one of them would say. "Let her run a bit longer yet, skipper. We're not on 3 crank yet, and let her run." And then we'd run, "Well, all right, take sail." That was put the sail down. And we'd get the sail off her, and we'd start then to get everything all right, lower the sail, and get everything with the nets prepared then, and we put the nets. Now every man was to a position. The cook had to go down to look after the springback that was underneath. You see, that was the rope coming up where the net was fastened onto to keep the net in position on the bottom. And then there was 2 men shooting the cockbacks, and then 1 man would be shooting the underbacks. That's the cockbacks at the top of the net where the cocks are. And the other man would be shooting the underbacks. There'd be another man to the buoys, and there'd be another to the buoys. That is the floats. Go down to supper, and after supper, there's always a verse of a hymn or 2 verses of a hymn and prayer. If there's a man there that was taking prayer, or a man that was going to the prayer meetings, he would take the prayer himself. But otherwise, it was silent prayer. And then you would always have the prayer and the verse of a hymn, and then after that, that's what they called finishing the day. But I'm going before my story. When we were out, we weren't allowed to shoot until the sun set. And once the sun would start to set, every man would stand on deck with his hat off and say, "We thank thee, O God, for the day that's past and gone, and for all the blessings thou hast given us. Be thou with us in the day that is to come. For Christ's sake, amen." And then when the sun would go down, we'd put our hats on, and then we'd start to shoot.
We don't have a photograph of Mr. H. Corkill, but that's not to say our collections cannot give us a glimpse of his early 20th century boyhood fishing on the Isle of Man. On imuseum.im, there's a photograph from our photographic archive of the fishing fleet in Port St Mary around 1882, which, if you zoom in on, reveals crews busy amongst a forest of masts. Visit Museum 100 and imuseum.im to hear more Isle of Man voices from our sound archives.